Tonight on ESGN TV, we have a sit-down with Purge from Team Zephyr in the NSL. Susie Kim from Korea stops by the NLB. And a blast from the past. Is Tuscan finally finished? Lots to talk about on today's edition of the Daily News. Hello from Studio 1 in Babelsberg. Dan Cho reporting in for another day of exciting news in esports. Tonight is January 21st, and on this day in history, Russian team Roxkist, best known for their top-rated Brood War team at the time, announced their first Dota 2 squad in 2013. Also in 1911, the very first Monte Carlo rally was held, and 7 days later was won by Henry Rogier. As last year's Roxkist got their new Dota 2 squad, we start off with the news with the formation of a brand new team. Earlier today, a new Singaporean team called Scythe appeared with legendary player Hi making a return to competitive Dota 2. Hi retired last year when he was last seen playing for Team Zenith. With Hi on the squad, Zenith won a lot of tournaments in 2012, back with Ice and Loda, who are now on prestigious teams DK and Alliance. The Scythe roster consists of Miracle and X-Freedom, the captain, who has also been in retirement, as well as Polo-san, Scripted, and KS. Their manager, Juppy, believes that this team will thrive and become an international force to be reckoned with. They will play in the new Join Dota League as one of the currently 2,500 registered teams in Asia. To follow their journey to international victory, check out them at all of their sites. So we have a nice team announcement. How about a tournament announcement? Details of the next Shock Therapy Cup has been released. 8 of the best teams will battle it out for glory, the winner taking home a chunk of a juicy $10,000 purse. The team list consists of Roxkist, Fnatic, Liquid, Empire, Sigma International, eHug, and Speed Gaming. There is still a slot yet to be determined, but we'll find out soon. The first match will start on the 31st of January and will be covered by Beyond the Summit. Be sure to tune in for some fierce Dota 2 action at twitch.tv/Beyond the Summit. We're not done with new tournaments just yet. Cyber Evolution, also known as CEVO, announced their 4th season of esports packed with action, including a Dota 2 portion. With a minimum prize pool of $5,000 for Dota 2, it is yet another exciting tournament on the horizon for the pro scene. Of course, CEVO is not only featuring Dota 2, but other games like Counter-Strike or even Team Fortress 2. To find out all about the action, go to their website at the bottom link below. We mentioned this throughout the past couple of weeks. Eat, Sleep, Play is putting on the ESPL, a weekly amateur tournament called that seeds into a Pro-Am league. They just finished their first week and released a few of their numbers. 275 teams have participated, and one team even got disqualified for changing between a total of 9 players in 3 matches. Talk about having a deep bench. Congrats to Team WWD, who took home the first week and $100. And even though hundreds of teams entered, the tournament capacity is over 500 teams. So go sign up for your own opportunity to win some pocket change and league points. ESP.gg. Last week, Team Zephyr captured the full attention of the Western Dota 2 scene as they come into the Nexon Sponsorship League Season 3 with high hopes. It wasn't more than a month ago when Blitz was struggling to even get a competitive team established in Korea until one of his closest friends, Kevin Purge Godek, swooped in along with Aosin, Corey, and Bambo. Our Korean reporter Susie Kim got to sit down with Purge the other day and talk about his thoughts on the year and being in Korea.
Hi guys, this is Susie Kim with ESGN TV. Today I'm sitting here with Kevin Godek, who is otherwise known to you as Purge. So, hi Purge, how are you today?
I'm pretty good.
Okay, great. Can you just tell our viewers a little bit about yourself and what do you do?
I'm a longtime Dota 2 content creator. I make content that's instructional for new players, and recently I joined Team Zephyr to play professional Korean Dota.
So about Team Zephyr then, can you tell us a little bit about that team building process and your role in it?
Yeah, it initially started because Will wanted to make a new team or needed new teammates to come. So I said, well, I could definitely do this. I thought I was good enough to play in the Korean scene at least. And then we just found other teammates. Steven showed interest previous months when Willow originally went. He wanted to go to Korea, but it wasn't until this opportunity that it was a possibility. So we started with that 3 core, and the 3 of us had played on a LAN team over the course of the last year, and we won every tournament that we went to in California. So we figured there was pretty good potential going, and we were also very good friends. So from there, we just had to find 2 more players, and we chose Bambo and Corey.
What are some of your team goals and, I guess, the mentality heading into the NSL?
Team goals is to win Season 3. We think we have a really good shot of doing that. In the future, we definitely want to play in a bunch more tournaments, and we're definitely going to stay here for a while, at the very least 6 months. So
in terms of 2013 for Dota 2 on the scene, I mean, it was full release this year, 6.79. What are your thoughts on that?
I think the patch has been really good for observing of competitive Dota because the offlaner has a lot more ability to get EXP, and this also changes up the picks and the lanes a lot as well. So the picks aren't nearly as boring as they maybe were 6 months previous, and I think it's really good for watching games. So there's a bit more aggression. Some teams still play really passive style, but I think as a whole, I really like the changes. I know that some players are unhappy with some of the changes, but I don't know, I think it's a lot more fun to play now.
So where do you think esports is going then in the future? For 2014, what do you think should be done, if anything? Do you think there should be changes?
I think we're on a really good path right now. Every game is growing, I believe, at least all the top games. They're going good places. We have a pretty solid streaming platform that everybody can go to. I don't know, I see all the numbers increasing. Seems like people that play games are more knowledgeable about esports. It's way different than it was 5 years ago even. Esports or competitive gaming is a much bigger thing. So I'm honestly very happy with the progress, and I think a lot of the changes that are being made by Valve as well are really pushing esports in the right direction. Especially their mentality is very, let the viewers fund the players and the organizations, not force them to go through other methods like team sponsorship to make their money, basically. So I think there's a lot of really good games that are being made right now.
And one final question, do you have any things to say to your fans, to the community?
Well, thanks for watching, guys.
This has been Susie Kim with ESGN TV.
Thanks again, Susie. That was a quick thank you message from Purge. And if you're seeing him for the first time, Purge is the guy who tells you lovingly how much you suck at Dota. You can find his tutorials on how to get better at youtube.com/PurgeGamers. Now, Purge and gang were in full swing today with the second semifinals of the NSL between Team Zephyr and MVP Hot 6. Corey went off for his team, capping his performance with a 19-1 HKDA on Chaos Knight and a 650 gold per minute stat. Zephyr wins the series 3-1 and heads for the winners bracket final, stamped for January 25th. They are now guaranteed top 3, but are still 6 games away from achieving that goal. MVP Hot 6 will fight through the lower bracket against 5 in QO, which will play on February 4th. After the break, Susie King comes back for round 2 with the NLB. We talk other League of Legends news and break down more news around esports. Daily News with Frodam. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Daily News. This past weekend was the conclusion of the winter season of Nice Game TV League of Legends Battle, also known as NLB. They run as a secondary tournament where the top finisher gets a seed into the Champions League next season. Susie Kim managed to catch a peek behind the scenes and show us around the place.
Thanks, Dan. This is Susie Kim with ESGN TV, coming to you from the Udi Art Hall in Olympic Park Stadium, where we have the Nice Game TV NLB Finals. So head on in with me. Where there's at least 1,000 people, maybe 1,500, to watch the NLB Finals. Tonight it's going to be CJ Blaze versus Najin Sword, and I hear that Sword has a 2-game winning streak here, so we'll have to see if they'll be able to continue that on and win it all tonight. watching the first 3 sets of the NLB Finals, and I want to tell you about the games, but I think Monte Cristo here can give you a bit more insight than I can.
They've been great so far. Blaze is up 2-1 right now in a best of 5. Lulu, played by Lustboy, has been pretty extraordinary so far in this series. Drew a ban in Game 2. I think they're going to think about doing a ban in Game 4 as well. And Sword, though, they've been able to pull 1 game out, and all games have been pretty one-sided so far, using kind of early pressure and early kills in order to have a pretty big snowball. But it's a good series. It's great.
Great. I can't wait to see what this next game is going to bring us, and hope you guys keep tuning in too. In set 4, Najin Sword fought valiantly, but unfortunately they were unable to hold off Daydream's Kazakhs. And in the end, CJ Blaze took home that 5 million won prize and the first place title at the NLB Winter Finals. Still need more LoL in your life? We still have SK Telecom versus Samsung Ozone to come. So tune in to Twitch TV/OnGameNet this Saturday at 5 p.m. Korean Standard Time.
Thank you, Susie. Congrats to CJ and his Blaze as they defeated Black Sword just like you saw. And again, just like Susie mentioned, they earned 5 million Korean won and grabbed 75 circuit points. Blaze thus gets a seed into the next OGN season. By the way, the finals is creeping up soon. January 25th will be between the seemingly and unstoppable SK Tele1 TK versus Samsung Galaxy Ozone. Will Faker lead his team to a flawless victory, or will Dade and crew slash the rails to stop the hype train? We'll find out this Friday at 1700 KST on twitch.tv/OnGameNet. Now, Susie Kim double-dipped and appeared twice on today's show. Tonight, we also have 2 fun reports from our partner in China, GameFi. The first segment is the latest on League of Legends game updates.
The designers from League of Legends have released the adjusted skill details of the 3 champions, Pantheon, Renekton, and Rumble. The effect of Rumble's Flame Spitter used to look stilted before, but now it's more dynamic after the fine-tuning. Furthermore, the flame has different powers, giving the option of using different temperatures. As for Pantheon, the way he moves has been changed a little bit. Once he could only move simply with the spears, but now he is able to get into real fighting shape by lifting the shield in front with the spear facing forward. One noticeable difference in the appearance of Blood Fury Renekton is his new metallic texture. Other details have also been added. Meanwhile, by the test server of NA region, a new character string, Hexakill, has been added to the official documents of LoL. This has made the players wonder if the publisher is preparing a new design for a 6v6 mode in future. With all these slight changes, we are looking forward to revealing all of the secrets and the different experiences players have had with this add-on.
Thanks, GameFi. We'll check in with them at the end of the show once again, as they have other cool information they'd like to share. Back over in North America, it's been somewhat quiet as LCS is resetting for week 2, but the top North American teams are still active. For Cloud9, they acquired their newly minted Tempest squad, and for TSM, they're surrounded by rumors of picking up Night Blue, who reportedly stated on his stream that he turned down offers from Evil Geniuses and Counterlogic Gaming, but he entertained the idea from Team Solo Mid. Night Blue has quickly become a fan favorite of the League of Legends community, getting over 50,000 viewers per night. With the increased attention to his play, fans have been speculating about his ability to play in the LCS. He is now talking with Reggie about the next step towards being a permanent member. And if you want to stay in the loop and keep up with Night Blue, you can see his stream on twitch.tv/NightBlue3. After Riot's announcement of the Ocean Regionals tournament, a wave of bans on ELO boosters have left many professional teams struggling. These bans were for player accounts on the server, with a penalty ranging from anywhere between a short 2 weeks to a whopping 6 months. Team Immunity, who represented Oceania at Gamescom for Riot's 2013 International Wildcard Tournament, was one of the teams that was hit hard by these bans. They now might even be ineligible to participate, as 3 of their players were hit by the ban hammer. Sunset, a writer at On Gamers, tells the full story and asks for team manager comments as well. You can find the full article at ongamers.com. And our final League of Legends news for today, our partner ESL is launching their EPS Spring 2014 season. The league will give players the opportunity to qualify for the seasonal cups of the ESL Pro Series through an open and premier division system. This is a great way for both professional and amateur teams to sharpen their skills against other competition. You can find all the information, including how to sign up, at eslproseries.de. Over in Counter-Strike news, for quite some time now, Source and 1.6 fans were eagerly anticipating the redesign of D Tusken, which was being reworked since 2012. Last night, Civo posted screenshots on Twitter implying that they are soon finished and ready to implement the map into tournament play. The map has been published by a different author and renamed to Tusken, perhaps due to copyright issues. Although still no ETA on when the map would be official, there is rising speculation if the new Tusken would join the standard map pool of Dust 2, Inferno, Nuke, Train, Mirage, Cache, and Season. HLTV has been our source to keep up with the CSGO news. Make sure to visit their site for more updates. The Sydney's Gamers League is a BYOC LAN that also puts on tournaments in Australia, similar to DreamHack. They concluded their 7th LAN, where in CSGO, Vox Eminor faced off against Trident in the finals. Vox Eminor took the first map on Dust 2 in dominant fashion, 16-4. Trident struck back with a 16-12 win on Inferno, but Eminor closed out the series with a 16-9 victory on Nuke. Congrats, Eminor. That was a job well done. When we return, Blizzard's Starcraft 2 patch 2.1 drops tonight, and we talk about MLG's Call of Duty news and more roster changes. Also, GOM is doing a cool gamer challenge for content producers. We'll tell you all about it right after this. Tune in for our second episode of StarCraft 2 Fight Night. Last night, Hasselhoff defeated Grubby, but chose to walk away with the money rather than keep on playing, which means 2 new players. We found out the first is TLO. Who will he face? Find out in just a few minutes. While we're talking about StarCraft 2 related things, today began the start of patch 2.1 for StarCraft 2, a monumental update that enables free arcade custom games available for everybody. In addition, the patch includes changes to clans and groups, more rewards for leveling up and portraits, classical StarCraft 1 and Brood War music, and more features. Tonight will be the Americas and Europe downloading the patch. Wednesday will be Korea, Taiwan, and China. Thursday will be C and Oceania. No word yet on the updates on the thought of balance changes that was thought to accompany the patch, which includes changes to the Mothership Core's overcharge, a buffed Terran mech, and Roach Burrow movement. For the full info package on the patch, head over to battle.net/SC2. MLG continued their Game On Invitational as Day 2 showcased a strong overall pool of Americans in Group B. State started off well with a win over Neeb, but ended up losing to Suppy for the first place group spot. Neeb climbed back with a win over Noni and managed to defeat State in the rematch to claim 2nd place. So congrats to Suppy and Neeb. They will join Kane and Puck in the round of 8. Groups C and D will happen over the next couple of days on the 23rd and 24th exclusively on MLG TV and can be seen at gameon.gg. Alongside this small tournament, MLG announced their Call of Duty Ghosts Winter Invitational. The 3-week online league began yesterday on Monday the 20th, featuring the top Call of Duty teams: Optic Gaming, Complexity, Envy, Team Caliber, Curse Las Vegas in New York, FaZe, and Strictly Business. LMG put up $5,000 in prize money that's up for grabs. Envy has 2 matches over the next couple of days, tonight up against Curse New York, and tomorrow against Strictly Business. Watch the action at MLG TV and find the information on their website, MajorLeagueGaming.com. And while we're talking about Call of Duty, have you seen the latest rosters? Last week, Curse dropped Nameless for Ricky, but has now found a new home in FaZe, who had an empty spot after parting ways with Methods. Nameless had a great performance at UMG Philly, and we wish him the best to his new team. But you can't talk about COD team swaps without noticing Optic's hectic January. This past weekend, Saints announced his departure from the team after being there for less than a week to join his former team Strictly Business. And earlier today, Scumpy, who left Optic for Envy, announced on his Twitter and YouTube channel that he'll be returning to Optic to fill in the remaining spot. Their full roster now stands as Nadeshot, Clayster, Embos, and Scumpy. eSports Nation keeps a tight watch on all the updates within the Call of Duty scene, so get yourself up to speed at esports.nation.com. We're done with the big stories of today, but tonight we also have a couple of other game varieties for you, brought to you by our partners. The first is a World of Warcraft update from our partner GameFi about Blizzard's recent changes to the game.
Recently, Blizzard gave the opportunity for new players to level up to 90 when purchasing the add-on in World of Warcraft 6.0 Warlords of Draenor. At the same time, all players could also get the same instant leveling through various services in the shop. This pay-to-win feature worried a lot of players who thought that this might eventually kill WoW. But the WoW community manager, Bashiok, considers it to be quite positive. Players will always predict the negative aspect of buying leveling up, but personally, he also would like to experience the initial tasks after buying a new game, instead of creating a character with a higher level. Bashiok still believes that a few days of leveling cannot transform a gamer into a heroic raider. WoW's motto, easy to learn, difficult to master, meaning a gamer who has many characters with higher levels doesn't always make him top in WoW. Bashiok says even if a brand new gamer chooses to boost to 90 immediately, they are still many weeks of content and experience away from where you are now, and that experience is a lot more relevant than the challenges faced whilst leveling faster than someone who wants to play with their friends in the latest content, where everyone has a long slog of leveling through old content until they can get to where they want to actually play. This is still an open question at the moment. For the new players, a 90 level boost may mean that they will lose out on the chance to understand WoW deeply, and will also lose out on some potential fun. However, this service introduces more players to WoW. Though they might not be as skilled as the old gamers, they will provide new energy. For the veteran players, this is an opportunity to embrace the newcomers, offer them help, and show them the charm of WoW. Of course, on this each WoW player has his own opinion. So is this action a positive or negative? There's no clear answer yet. Let's find out soon.
Thanks, GameFi, and a quick reminder that they are on Chinese New Year's, and so they're on holiday break. And maybe they're playing some WoW, who knows? And finally, our partner in Korea announced the GOM EXP Creative Challenge, a new kind of gaming league that invites gamers to send in their own gameplay of whatever cool content they have. The winners will be determined by views, likes, and shares all tallied up. There are 4 categories where you can win: Best Producer, Hottest Video, Staff Pick, and Appreciation. The winner of Best Producer will get $5,000, an invite to Korea to attend the GSL Season 1 Grand Finals, and will get preference when applying for a caster position at GOM EXP. So what are you waiting for? Doesn't matter what kind of game content you send, as long as it is a game that you want to share. You can find all the information at gomexp.com. That's all that we have for tonight here in the Daily News. Tonight's Community Spotlight is a demonstration between 2 teammates, I'm told, and visually shows the importance of bonding. Check it out.
Hey, big guy. Hey. Alright, follow my lead, baby. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2.
Before we finish, let's take a look at the 5-day forecast. Wednesday, we have the WCS EU Challenger League Day 2 featuring Grubby and Bling, Teffel, and more. On Thursday, we have the EU West Challenger Series finals between the Fox Squad and Meet Your Makers. On Friday, we have the Wearer.com's Invitational featuring players like MMA, Jaedong, and Huck. On Saturday, we have the last Zotac Cup for North America, number 136. It's been a great run, and maybe you get a chance to win some money. And on Sunday, we have the Dota 2 CIS Carnage Group B put on by Gosu Gamers and casted by IC. So that's a wrap for the daily news. If you missed part of the show, make sure to log on to ESGN TV to catch up and see our upcoming broadcast. From Dan Cho and the rest of the crew here at ESGN TV, thanks for watching. Fight Night is coming up next.